It's normal when I do a podcast that I also do the introduction. But today's guest, Sterling Cooper, just does a much better job. So I'll let him do it.
My name's Sterling Cooper. I'm an award-winning adult film star, former high-class male companion, and I'm here to help you transform your sex life.
One of the reasons I reached out to you is because I actually know you through YouTube.
Yep.
And from things like Fresh and Fit, from seeing you on Fresh and Fit, and like various other podcasts. But I'm not even sure kind of how, if like it normally, like when I'm doing a podcast with somebody, I have a really good idea of how to describe them. But if I follow your YouTube channel, there's, you do genuine men's coaching. You have one of the best introductions I've ever heard, because you talk about being, a former adult industry film star, former escort. And one of the reasons, like I said, is there's lots of people that, in my opinion, talk shit about what to do with women. Yep. But you're one of the few people that can genuinely say, I got paid to do this for a living.
Yeah, and not many people can say that either.
No, but that's a genuine thing, isn't it? And one of the reasons that makes me curious, or that I find fascinating, is like, literally, no pun intended, I just wouldn't have the balls to do that, right? So I'm also interested in how you even got into it. But secondly, because one of the things, like, I know, because you have various websites now, because you're doing like finance advice, and but you also do like confidence for men in the bedroom and stuff to help men with women. And obviously you have people like Fresh and Fit, Rich Cooper, Rollo Tomossi, and that whole kind of red pill manosphere, and you kind of have your place in that. But again, you're like, hang on, guys, I'm sorry, but who's the guy that got paid to do this?
Hey, look, and I don't try to take anything away from what any of those guys are doing. They're all close personal friends of mine. They all do their own little thing. Like, they all give great advice. But mine, which is kind of why my advice is, for the most part, is really tailored to my area of expertise.
Yeah. But what I'm curious about is, because I know a lot of men kind of act like they want to be a player. And like, I'd love to look all these hookup lines, blah, blah. But I actually don't believe that for a large majority of men, what the percentage would be, I wouldn't like to hedge my bets on. But I think most guys would just love to have a stable relationship where their wife loves them, or their girlfriend loves them. And they're not actually interested in trying to be a hookup, but they just don't know how to do it.
Well, you know what I think? I'm going to slightly disagree with you here. I think what most men, if they're totally honest, what they would want is they want one total super loyal ride or die woman that they come home to every night, sleep with, like cuddle with, wake up the next morning to, and share a life with, and then they would like to have a side piece or two to keep the variety, and have the woman being totally okay with it. I
agree with that. 100%. I'd be full of shit if I said that wasn't true. Do you know what I mean? If I lived in a culture where I could have a wife and everything's good, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, don't forget Tuesday night, your side piece is coming. Do you know what I mean? Go and shave, trim your nails and all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you know
because it's because the whole, like, the Playboy lifestyle or whatever, or like incessant, like, just constantly sleeping around with different women, it gets old after a while, right?
But everybody in that area says it does.
Yes, but the thing is, because there's only so much, like, once you've had sex with a certain number of people, it's like, okay, but like, all women are basically going to push these same few buttons for me, and the variety thing is not really there anymore. But what I see, at least from the friends I hang out with, who are kind of very, very high level playboys, but even for them, it's not about like a notch count thing. It's not about like just having sex anymore. It's more about like getting women to fall in love with them and having lots of kind of mini relationships, or like, well, mini on his part, but they're real lengthy relationships on her part,
Yeah.
but like having multiple women genuinely falling in love with you, and that's kind of like that next level. But I don't think many guys ever get to it, or many even think that's even possible.